are thriving. They want. They don't want just, you know. I mean, did you know today? Another news anchor just quit off of MSNBC. They got tired of it. They just walked away. They're quit. They're done. I want to see more of this. I want to see more people stepping out and getting away from this garbage that we're seeing on TV, because it's just ridiculous. It's outrageous. It's just, I don't know. I just don't understand anymore. We have no leadership in the White House. We have no leadership in when it comes to reporting the truth anymore about what's going on in the news. And like you said, you had your trailer stolen. We had ours stolen too. I was with this troop 20 years ago, and this past year our trailer was stolen too. I mean, this is ridiculous. You know, this is what the issues that should be addressing, and they're just basically sweeping under the rug a little bit. They're not even addressing how many victims are there out there who have had their camp boxes stolen either, about from the Boy Scouts. Also, you know, what kind of Boy Scout, what kind of leadership are bringing out the Boy Scouts right now? Because the only thing the news is talking about is, oh, there's pedophiles, there's these sex offenders in the Boy Scouts. I'm sick of this crap. You know, who cares about that? I want to talk about the real issues that matter to us, and that is the future of leaders. And that's what we need right now, who are humble servants of faithful servants of Christ. That's what we need right now. Billy Graham said it. We need future leaders who are walking with Jesus. There you go. I said it. Go ahead, Michelle.
Well, I couldn't agree more with that. And I believe that, you know, one of the good news, bad news deals that we get with God is that we have free will. So when we are dealing with people, they have free will. They have the choice to go steal something. I mean, I recently even heard about a young woman who had her crown stolen. She was moving into a new apartment, and someone stole her crown out of that box. So we have things that are going on around us, and I don't believe that what we need is more government.
Yeah.
Don't need more people restricting our freedoms. What we do need is a generation that can react better to bullying. Mm-hmm. Bullying is such a big deal right now, and there's all this anti-bullying. Stop the bullies. Mm-hmm. Don't let the bullies. You know, we need to restrict their freedoms. Bullies have been around forever.
Right.
Cain and Abel, bullies have been around forever. Mm-hmm. What we need to do is teach young people how to handle criticism better.
Right.
We've raised generations of young people that if you play soccer, everyone gets a trophy. Mm-hmm. If you enter a beauty pageant, we have certain beauty pageants where everybody gets a crown and banner. What we need instead is, how do we deal with disappointment? And I'll tell you, my favorite story is my own son. My youngest son, when he was in 4th grade, was bullied. People called him fat. People called him four eyes. He wore glasses. Yes, he was a little overweight. But his reaction was priceless. When people would tell him that, when people would call him fatty, when people would call him four eyes, he would look at them and say, well, duh, I wear glasses. Yep, I'm chubby. You know, bullies don't pull things out that aren't true.
Right.
What they pull on is what is true.
Right.
So they're going to go after those things. And if we accept ourselves, they have no power.
Right.
Okay? Now, I'm not necessarily talking about abusive bullies, bullies that are going to come in and physically hurt you. That is a whole different thing. We need to stand up against that, and we need to stand out, and we need to know how to defend ourselves against the physical bullies of the world.
Right.
But these mental bullies that we hear so much about, we need to raise up a generation that has that self-acceptance. I'm not talking about self-esteem, that fake, ethereal, feel-good. This is that I know who I am, and whatever you say to me isn't going to change that. That's what we need in America today.
Right. Also, don't forget, I got to tell you this little story, too, personally. I got my Pioneer Map badge. You know, I've learned all the different. I had learned 10. I had to take a test on 10 different knots. You know, knot tying. You know how to do that. The ship shank, the bowline, the square knot, even the clove hitch. I had to learn all these knots, and I had personally I had struggled doing it. I got teased on it when I first did it. He says, "Hey, stupid, look at this." I said, "Oh, you know," I said, "Here you go. Here's what I've done." And he said, "How did you do that?" I said, "I learned from what the guy told me to do, not from what you said, but what the instructor told me." So I learned from the instructors who actually are the camp counselors. You know, I learned from them. So there you go. I mean, this is what you can do. You can learn from the camp counselors who are patient enough, who understand you enough, and who are willing to teach you if you're willing to learn. That's the key right there. If you're willing to learn and they're willing to teach you, take the time. So it might be extra time. So what? At least you get through it, and you will come out on top. You will. And you're going to get a merit badge out of the deal. So there you go. You can't go wrong with that. Go ahead, Michelle.
Absolutely. Success is the best revenge. I think even about the Taylor Swift song, in the end of her song,
Mean, right.
She talks about that one day I'll be living in a big city and all you'll ever be is mean.
Right.
Over and over again, I see that success is the absolute best revenge. And so playing small and trying to hide so that no one ever says anything against you or against me, that doesn't serve anyone. That's really putting your light under a bushel and not allowing others to see what you can do and what you were really put here to do. I believe everybody has a different purpose, and we all fit together like a great little puzzle. And if you're not doing your part in the world, then we're missing that puzzle piece, and it can never be completed. We'll never see the beautiful big picture. So, yes, go out there, be successful, follow your passions. As a matter of fact, the other day I was sitting and talking with one of my sons, and I said, you know, I'm really just a little bit not sure about where I'm going in life, even at 50 and having all these fabulous things that I'm working with. I still have my moments of doubt. And he absolutely threw my own advice in my face. He said, Mom, do what you're passionate about. God put those passions in your heart, and you need to keep doing whatever it is you're passionate about. So I really believe that if we really look at the things that we do well and continue doing those are our gifts. Those are what make us part of this greater world. And even if it's just a small community that you're touching, or even a small family, I think stay-at-home moms have probably the least valued job of the world, and yet, to me, that's the most valuable job in the world. Being a stay-at-home mom and changing the lives of those little people and shaping them and growing them into useful people in our society.
Yeah.
So I really do believe that success is the best revenge, no matter where you go with it.
I love stay-at-home moms. I support them 100%. I really do. I love them. I just, you know, because of the back, like you said, they're the backbone of what this country is going to be based on. Because, you know, they're home watching their kids, they're understanding them, and they're there to, if the case of getting the mischief, they're right there. It's great. So yeah, it's a shield of what it is. Stay-at-home mom is like a shield. It's a shining armor that's going to protect you. That's basically what stay-at-home mom is.